Hi there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Bullseye Trivia. My name's Elliot Devine. I'll be your host this evening. You might remember me from the classics. I do not have a big ugly beard on my face anymore. Guys, it's great to be here doing another fantastic project with the one and only Toronto Arrows, and I'm just going to give you a quick run through, guys, on how this is going to work. So we will be streaming live to YouTube. You might want to pop YouTube up on your television, on your laptop, and then all you need in your hand is your phone. On your phone, just jump into the browser. It's really easy. Type in crowd.live and it'll ask you for a game code. And today's game code is right there. It's 2SAGG. 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 There we go. So pop that into the game code section. Then it'll ask you for some details. You'll put in your first name, your last name, maybe like a team name, maybe like a nickname. Anything that works for you is great for us. And you'll put your email address in there so we can hunt you down if you win a prize. And then under city, you can put your city, or if you'd like, you can put in the rugby club that you represent. Maybe you represent Barmy Beach or Vikings or another team from anywhere in the country or in the world. Might even have a few people watching from Australia today. It's their morning. We'd like to say a big thank you to our prize sponsors today. Hemingway's, we're so close to getting back on the patio. Today, they opened the patio. Not sure if they did a Hemingway's, but we know within the week we'll be out there enjoying it, and I'm sure they'll put a bit of arrows on the television for us. And Pilot Coffee Roasters, our good friends there, thanks to Nat, hooked us up with some prizes. I'm going to get into them in just a second, but if you do have any questions, you can ask Brock, our main man. He's going to be on the YouTube chat letting me know, if anyone's got any questions. It's all fairly simple. The game runs really quickly. There'll be a slight delay, so you'll probably see the question come up on your phone before you see it come up on YouTube. But we're going to get to it. We're going to get through it pretty quick, and I'll go into the rounds in just a moment. I've got some special guests coming up. So, any second now, I will introduce those. If anybody has any questions, they can feel free to ask Brock in the chat. But it's really great to see everybody here on a Wednesday night for a great pandemic pick-me-up, if you will. So the room's starting to fill up. It's looking good. We're going to move into this very, very soon. Make sure you get your phone ready. Grab a glass of wine. Grab a soft drink. Grab a protein shake, maybe. And join us. This will take just over an hour. So we should have lots of fun. We got lots of great prizes.
Fantastic. We're in for a blockbuster finish here.
Boo. There we go. We're in. Ladies and gentlemen, there's one of our sponsors right here, Pilot Coffee Roasters. From our hands to yours. And we're going to head into just a little bit of the New Zealand Super Rugby. Taser, this one's for you. Filled the stadium down there a couple of weeks ago, 43,000 down at Eden Park. The first of the sports to return with live fans, not a cutout in sight. It's great. We're not far away from this, folks. Now, like I mentioned before, my name's Elliot Devine, and I'm going to run you through trivia this evening. And also, tonight is a chance to celebrate the great Dan Moore, who announced his retirement today, and we thank him for all his breathtaking tries, his dynamic leadership, and his contribution as a whole to the Toronto Arrows. So if you've got a beer or a coffee, raise it to Dan. Congratulations on your retirement. Thank you for everything, Dan. Absolute pleasure to get to know you over these last few months and years. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to head straight into what you can look forward to today in some prizes. In first place, we have a $50 Hemingway's gift voucher. You'll also win a limited edition t-shirt worth $30, a Toronto Arrows replica ball worth $40, and a Dan Moore signed 2020 Toronto Arrows calendar. Neil is telling me this is going to be priceless, so you want to win that. Second prize today is a $30 gift voucher from Pilot Coffee Roasters, so you can get that coffee fix when you need it. Plus, you'll also get the t-shirt, the ball, and the calendar. And third place today, you get the t-shirt, the ball, and the calendar, and I'll throw my signature on it as well if you'd like. Now, today's rules are fairly simple. Guys, it's the internet, all right? You could fully cheat, but don't, because this is rugby and we're honest people here. So no cheating. It takes all the fun out of the game. Switch off your device, except the one that you're using to answer the questions. This is a learning opportunity, people. Trivia is intended to be a fun way to test your knowledge, not what you can Google. So battle it out in your living room against your friends and your family and your bubble friends. I hope they're in your bubble. That would be the appropriate thing to do. So your bubble friends only. Once a ruling has been made, the decision is final. No matter how unfair it seems, we are going to make it a good game by making it a quick game. So we'll keep it nice and fair and enjoyable for everyone. You will have the opportunity to answer some questions where you have to type in the answer. And in that case, if you get the answer slightly wrong, maybe the computer lets it through, maybe it doesn't. At the end of the day, take it on the chin and move on if you get it wrong. We've got 4 rounds of 15 questions. We've got 2 rounds of 5 picture questions. Whether the pictures are going to help you out too much, I don't know. Tiebreaker if we need it for the top 3. It's a fast match. Like I said, you'll probably see the questions come up before I mention on YouTube. So, we'll take your time. I'm going to play it by ear, and we're going to have some really good fun. So, I also want to let you guys know that, you know what, this is a great time for rugby. TSN's confirmed Saturday's Arrows in an hour match. It'll be the Rugby versus Cancer match this weekend, where we played Glendale from May 26, 2019, with some absolute magic from Gaston Mures in the first half. Tune in on TSN 1, 2 p.m. Saturday, June 27, and check your guides to find out when the Super Rugby is going to be on. Exhilarating stuff. It's great to see a lot of rugby out there, and if you are trying to get out of that sun, you might want to pick up one of these bad boys. These beautiful hats. Head to therugbyshop.com. Thanks, guys. We love you there at the Rugby Shop. That's it for my announcement. What have I got next on my notes? Chat with the boys. Why not? Let's do it. I'm going to run into the fellas here. Here we go. I got a surprise for you guys. Boom.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, everybody. How we doing?
How are you?
Good. We got Leo, Taylor, Jamie, Mack. How's the lockdown treating you, boys?
It's been good. I've gone through a few different hairstyles, but I'm back to I'm ready to get out of the house now.
And okay, who's a trivia master in the group here?
Leo?
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, En español. No inglés.
All right, so Leo's the red hot favorite for today. You'll be playing along with everybody else. No, we'll come back to you. I'll sneak a few polo questions in there for you. Last notice, mate, so you can get through. We are very glad to have you guys in there. All the fans obviously wishing you the best right now, and we can't wait to see you guys back on the field. But with no more time to waste, let's get right into it, folks. We got a bunch of people watching on YouTube. We're ready to get the questions going. Get your phones out. Remember that game code is to SAG, and I did not even come up with that myself. It was automatic. Thank you for joining us, boys. I will tune in very soon, and we are going to head across right now to the first match. Here we go. Let's get a little bit of background music. A little bit of funky stuff going. All right. Now, let's see. We've got 21 players in the room, which is absolutely fantastic. And we are very excited. Let's see who's representing. Let's get this game on the way, ladies and gentlemen. Questions start now. Ellis Park Stadium is the home of the Lions and located in which South African city? Pretoria, Cape Town, Johannesburg, or Bloemfontein? And yes, I will be ruining some beautiful names today with my accent. Ellis Park Stadium is located in which South African city? All right, let's get on to question 2. Which U.S. state borders the most Canadian provinces? Is it New York, Alaska, Washington, or Montana? Question 3. How many continents does the equator cross? Now you can put the number or you can write the letter in a word or words. How many continents does the equator cross? This is called Rugby Planet. This is our geography section, this one. We're going to move on to question 4. The world's 4 smallest non-island countries are all found on which continent? Europe, Asia, South America, or Africa? Who's got the world's 4 smallest non-island countries within their borders? All right, let's move on to question 5. Which city is the home of the Beavers and Banshees Rugby Club? Is it Ottawa, Toronto, Vancouver, or Montreal? Beavers and Banshees. Okay, question 6. Of the following countries, which can claim to have the highest point of elevation on Earth? Pakistan, Afghanistan, India, or Nepal? Who's got the claim to be in the highest? Mountains, most likely. All right, let's get those answers in. As we head through to question 7. Which of these countries is home to the Mad Dogs El Moquito rugby team and does not share a land border with Mexico? Is it United States, Guatemala, Honduras, or Belize? Who's home to the Mad Dogs El Moquito? Question 8. Which country was the principal host of the 1999 Rugby World Cup? Was it Wales, North Korea, England, or Scotland? Gotta love these copyright-free funky beats we've got playing here right now. Fortunately, we couldn't do an actual music round because we would have got pulled down. So, thank you. Copyright-free music. Question 9. What city is home to the Blue Mosque and has a local rugby team called the Ottomans? Is it Ankara, Baghdad, Istanbul, or Cairo? Home to the Blue Mosque. Have you been? Have you seen? Have you played rugby for the Ottomans? We got a few more players joining in, which is fantastic to see. Don't forget, you can split up into teams if you need to, and still a chance you can get through. We've got quite a few rounds coming up. Question 10. The Sargasso Sea, the world's only sea with no land borders, is found in which ocean? Pacific, Atlantic, Indian, or Southern? Sargasso Sea. Home to Sargassum, or Sargassum, which is a type of greeny brown, very much more of a brown seaweed. Huge, huge fields full of it out there. Question 11. See, I did do some research. Question 11. The most recent nation of the world to declare its independence is South what? So I need you to type in the answer. Most recent nation of the world to declare its independence is South what? Spelling is a little forgiving. The computer is the one that decides, so if you got any problems, take it up with Bill Gates. Question 12. We're almost near the end of the first round here. Which of these suffixes ends the names of more countries than any other? Ria, as in Austria, Nia, as in Armenia, land, as in Finland, or Stan, as in Pakistan. Or Stan, Pakistan. All right. Get those answers in. We're going to move across to question 13. Another right in the answer question here. Prior to 1939, the country of Thailand was known by what name? 1939. Before then, it had a whole other name. What was it? Seeing some very, very quick answers here. Very impressive, rugby fans. All right, we're going to move on. Question 14. Of the 7 summits, the highest peak on each continent, the tallest is Mount Everest in Asia. On what continent is the second highest? North America, Africa, South America, or Antarctica? Of the 7 summits, the highest peak on each continent, the tallest is Mount Everest in Asia. On what continent is the second highest? We got one more question in this round. Let's move on to question 15. Hampton Park Stadium is located in the Mount Florida area of which city? Jacksonville, Vancouver, Birmingham, or Glasgow? Shout out to all my friends in Vancouver, Birmingham, Jacksonville. I don't think I know many people from there. Glasgow, Dazza, hope you're watching. Might be a bit late there. Hampton Park Stadium is located in the Mount Florida area of which city? Let's get those answers in. All right. We've got pretty much all our answers in. So we are going to look straight at the answers right now. We're going to go back to question 1. And Ellis Park Stadium, home of the Lions, is in Johannesburg. Question 2, the answer, which US state borders the most Canadian provinces? Montana. How many continents does the equator cross? Now, I hope you thought continents and not countries. 3. The world's 4 smallest non-island countries are all found on which continent? Europe. Which city is home to the Beavers and Banshees? That's Ottawa. Question 6, of which countries have the highest point of elevation? Nepal. How you doing so far out there, guys? Question 7, which of these countries home to the Mad Dogs El Maquito rugby team? Honduras is the correct answer. Question 8, which country hosted 1999 Rugby World Cup? Wales. What city is home to the Blue Mosque and has local rugby team called the Ottomans? Istanbul is the correct answer. The Sargasso Sea, with all that seaweed floating through it, is found in the Atlantic Ocean. It is off the coast of the USA. It is often calm blue water. There you go. The most recent nation in the world to declare its independence is South Sudan. A few different answers there. Korea, Africa, Timor, Ossetia. Sudan, the correct answer there. Question 12. Which of these suffixes ends the names of more countries than any other? Tricky one. Nia. Nia is the answer. Question 13. Prior to 1939, Thailand was known by what name? Siam. Had Kingdom of Thailand, Myanmar, Suriname, Laos, your mum. Classic trivia answer. All right, question 14. Of the 7 summits, the highest peak outside of Mount Everest is in South America at nearly 7,000 meters, 23,000 feet. Aconcagua. Leo, help. Aconcagua is the highest peak outside Asia. Put it away. Hampton Park Stadium is located in Mount Florida area of which city? Tried to trick you up on this one, but of course, if you're a rugby fan, you know it's Glasgow. So let's take a look at our round winners with 13 out of 15. Aaron Summerhall is in the league. Stu Hardy coming in second, and Katie Whips in third. Robin Masters, I see you there. Let's take a look. So, at the end of the round, our overall winning players at the moment are Aaron, Stu, and Katie. These are the people to beat. All right, we're going to warp to the next round, which is Good Sports. Good Sports. This is our sports round. All right, ladies and gentlemen. With his distinctive bald head, which Irish rugby international earned the nickname the Raging Potato? Tom Kiernan, Rory Best, Keith Wood, or Brian O'Driscoll? One of the greatest nicknames in the history of sports. The Raging Potato. Who is it? Moving on to question 2. Just a second. Make sure we get all those answers in. Question 2 coming up. Got to be quick. Michael Jordan ended his NBA career as a member of which team? The Houston Rockets, the Indiana Pacers, the Miami Heat, or the Washington Wizards? MJ. Where did he hang up the boots? Okay, question 3. Hockey player Sidney Crosby wears which jersey number? 27, 45, 66, or 87? Got a lot of quick answers on that one. Cole Harbour's greatest. Well, he's the only player I know from Cole Harbour. Wow, El Spanish. Yes. Thanks, Brock. I won't be giving the next one a chance. Question 3. Hockey player Sidney Crosby wears which jersey number? Let's go to question 4. Tom Brady played college football at which school? The University of Michigan, Michigan State University, Ohio State University, or University of Tennessee? Tom Brady. Greatest quarterback of all time? I'll let you decide. Let us know in the chat. Yeah, is George Gregan playing? That would be just amazing. Brumbies legend. Question 5. Wayne Gretzky won each of his 4 Stanley Cup championships as a member of which team? Edmonton Oilers, LA Kings, New York Rangers, or the St. Louis Blues? Where did he pick up all his silverware? Pretty sure they teach this in elementary school here, Canada. All right, let's move on to the next question. Question 6 in the Good Sports round. Toronto Arrows loose forward Tomas de la Vega was born in what country? I'm going to need you to type the name of the country in, please. Tomas, where is he from? Where was he born? Just need the country, not the city or the hospital. That'd be weird. Don't forget, you can pick up your hats if you don't win one tonight from therugbyshop.com. My favourite hat. A lot of compliments on this one. We've got most of our answers in. There we go. So now we're going to head across to question 7. In 1997, Tiger Woods won his first major championship with his victory in which event? The Masters, the Open Championship, the PGA Championship, or the US Open? Tiger. What was his first major? I might have to do a full DJ set of just this these copyright-free beats. Ugh. Not much life to them. But great for trivia. We've got all your answers in. Question 8. Somebody Ham played on 2 US FIFA Women's World Cup championship teams. Who is it? Blank Ham. Give me a slice of that blank ham. Played on 2 US FIFA Women's World Championship teams. My first thought is John Hamm from Mad Men. Looks like he'd make a decent keeper. All right, moving on. Question 9. Who was the first female tennis player to win the Sports Illustrated Sportsperson of the Year? Steffi Graf, Billie Jean King, Martina Navratilova, or Serena Williams? Very big moment in the world of sports media. Who was the first female tennis player to win Sports Illustrated Sportsperson of the Year? Moving on, question 10. Jack Nicklaus won how many major golf championships during his career? 14, 16, 18, or 20? How many champs did he win? We've got all our answers in. Question 11. Let's take a look. Great boxing one. Who did Muhammad Ali defeat in the fight known as the Rumble in the Jungle? Was it George Foreman, Joe Frazier, Sonny Liston, or Floyd Patterson? Who did he beat in the Rumble in the Jungle? We got all our answers in. Let's move to question 12. Toronto Arrows coach Aaron Carpenter, or Carps as he likes to be known, is Canada's most capped player with how many international players? 77, 82, 70, or 80? Carps, a great one of our guests on the Classics. Wonderful guy and an amazing player. Check the chat out. It's Brock cracking me up like usual. All right. Pick your number. How many times did he wear the red and white? 5 seconds. And we're moving on to question 13. After 37 straight wins, Mike Tyson suffered his first ever knockout from who? Evander Holyfield, Lennox Lewis, Buster Douglas, or Kevin McBride? Who took out Mike Tyson in knockout form? Bet you he doesn't pay for a beer at any pub, anywhere. All right. One more question to go. Oh, 2 more questions to go. Sorry, one more answer we're waiting on for. No, somebody must have rushed off to... Oh, there we go. Filled up their beer and made it back. Question 14. What is the name of the Austin team in Major League Rugby? Is it the Giltinis, the Dillmoneys, the Gilgoolies, or the Gilgronies? Austin... What is their name? I can't even read them again. I'm going to crack up. Who's the Austin team? All right, we got all our answers. Moving on to our final question of the Good Sports round. Capilano, Burnaby Lake, and James Bay are all rugby teams located in which Canadian province? British Columbia, Ontario, Alberta, or New Brunswick? Capilano, Burnaby Lake, and James Bay. Where are those teams located? And if you're watching from BC right now, it's currently 5:30. Hope you're enjoying your early evening. All our love to our friends in BC. Jim says the Austin team switches their name every week. Can't speak to that. Had fun writing that question. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got one more answer to come in. There it is. Let's take a look at this round of answers. We'll go back to the first one. Who is known as the Raging Potato? Keith Wood. Old Raging Potato Keith Wood. Question 2. Michael Jordan ended his career with the Washington Wizards. We didn't even have Chicago Bulls on there. Hockey player Sidney Crosby wears jersey number 87. You know, on the MJ thing, actually, just going back, that season that he did play for the Washington Wizards, he donated his entire salary to 9/11 victims. So, whatever people say about Michael after his last dance appearance, good fella. Tom Brady played college football at which school? University of Michigan. Wayne Gretzky won each of his 4 Stanley Cup championships. I don't even need to finish this. Edmonton Oilers, everybody knows that. Toronto Arrows loose forward Tomas de la Vega was born in Argentina. Oh, Argentina, not getting you any points. Oh, a couple of, oh, sorry. You're not gonna get anything for those. It's valiant effort. And look, also, look, autocorrect. I get it. In 97, Tiger won his first major with the Masters. It's a green jacket one, right? Everyone loves a good green jacket. Who played on these teams? Who's the slice of ham? Mia. We had John, Kelly, Miss, Jenna, Socky. Smoked ham. If you're not going to get it right, just, yeah, make them laugh. I love that one. All right. Yeah, Mia was the correct answer there. Who was the first female tennis player to win the Sports Illustrated Sports Person of the Year? Billie Jean King. Jack Nicklaus won how many golf championships? 18. Who did Ali beat in the Rumble in the Jungle? George Foreman. And it took place in Kinshasa, Zaire, which doesn't even exist anymore. It's now the Democratic Republic of Congo. Take that. Geography teacher from high school. Toronto Arrows coach Carps, the pride of Brampton. How many caps for this great country, Canada? 80. After 37 straight wins, the guy that's never paying for a beer in his life ever again is Buster Douglas. Bust up that face of Mike Tyson. Question 14. What is the name of the Austin team in the Major League Rugby? Is it the Giltinis, the Dillmoneys, the Gilgoolies, or the Gilgronies? It's the Gilgronies. Gilgoolies makes me laugh every time. Capilano, Burnaby Lake, and James Bay. Where are they located? No other place but British Columbia. So that is the end of the second round. Good sports. Let's look at our round winners. Karen Lazada, 15 out of 15, nailed it. Aaron Summerhall, 15 out of 15 as well. Greg Paul has done amazingly. Looks like, yep, missed a point there. And look, there's still lots of time for everybody to make a comeback. So then I'm going to go and see who our overall winners are at the moment. And it's Aaron Summerhall with a 400-point lead over Stu Hardy, and George Gregan, the one and only Brumbies player, coming in at 2,200 points. Congratulations, everybody. Well done. We've got one more round, then we're going to check in with the boys who are sitting on the couch. Press a few buttons here. All right, here we are. Welcome to Look at This Photograph, my reference to Nickelback. We're going to get this started. I hope everybody's ready. These questions, we got 5 questions. They're all worth 100 points. And there is a photo attached to them. So maybe it'll help. Maybe it won't. Let's move on with the first question underway here at Bullseye Trivia. Question 1. Situated in the Valley of the Ten Peaks, what is the name of this legendary Albertan lake? Is it Morel, Morgan, Morbier, or Moraine? That's right. Come for the trivia. Stay for the Nickelback references. Okay, our answer's in. Question 2. Name this Canadian rock band. Just a photo. That's all you get. Is it Sloan, Tragically Hip, Crash Test Dummies, or Arcade Fire? You've definitely heard one of their songs played by our DJ Tom Fleming at an Arrows match. Who is that band? What are they called? Moving on, question 3. Name this Canadian children's television series, originally ran on CBC from 1967 to 1996. Whimsy's House, Tiny Talent Time, Mr. Dress Up, and The Big Comfy Couch. What is the name of this iconic Canadian show? Whimsy's House, Tiny Talent Time, Mr. Dress Up, or The Big Comfy Couch? All answers are in. Moving on. Question 4. Mike Myers played which character in the 1992 cult classic Wayne's World? Wayne Cameron, Wayne Campbell, Wayne Crane, or John Wayne Jr.? Sure wing. I actually bought the video game this. It's a PC game. I love that movie so much. Party time, excellent. Question 5, and the final one for our picture round. Alsace americana, Alsace shirasi, Alsace gigas, and Alsace andersoni are all 4 different species of which animal? Is it the beaver, the otter, the moose, or the bear? I definitely butchered that. If you are a scientist, I am sorry. I apologize. Alsace americana, Alsace shirasi, Alsace gigas, I don't know, and Alsace andersoni. Andersoni sounds like a goaltender for a B-rate OHL team. Cool Latin. Oh, is that what it is? Yeah, that makes sense. We got our questions in. We got our answers in. That is it for our round. Let's go back to the very beginning and see what is the name of this lake. It's, of course, the More Beer Lake. No, bring more beer to Moraine and let's have a bush party. Question 2, name this Canadian rock band. You've heard them before down at the Arrows matches. Sloan. I know Mark Winneker's a big favorite band of his. A few of the other players love a bit of Sloan. Question 3, what is this iconic television show? It's from CBC. Mr. Dress Up. Mike Myers played which character in the 1992 cult classic Wayne's World? Wayne Campbell. Hi, Wayne. Hi. Great scene. His ex-girlfriend just runs her bike into the car. And all that Latin stuff. And the answer is moose. The moose. So, let's take a look at these answers as we check out our round winners. Quite a few. Ewan McKay, there's a new name. Greg Paul, Katie Whips. You're up there. Great to see some very familiar names there on the list playing along at home. Give you guys a chance to see where you stand in that round. And let's take a look at overall. It's Aaron Summerhall taking a lead, still by 400 points over Stu Hardy and Katie Whips with 2,600 points. All right, we are going to check in with the boys. Hey, lads, how we doing?
How are we? Well, not.
All right, how you guys doing so far?
We're sitting right in the middle of the pack at 18.
All right, that's good. You're playing together. I like that.
Yeah,
that's nice.
Yeah.
Now, Leo, I'm sorry for murdering your beautiful language, but you know I've been doing that for years. So sorry about messing up a few of the Spanish questions there. Brock's called me out. Now, who's coming through here as the key, the key talent here in this trivia comp today?
Rojo Valiente. Yeah.
Taylor Ams.
Wonderful. All right, boys. Well, we checked in. I hope you're doing well, and we've got some questions coming up, including some food questions. Who's going to do well in that round? Who's the king of the food questions? And then we have a music round as well, without any music. It's very, very iconic. So Taser's calling that one, and we got some more photo questions. Boys, wishing you the best of luck. Cheers, and thanks for joining in. All right, as we go back to the trivia, let's take a look here. We've got Aaron up front, Stu, and then Katie. Let's get that funky elevator music back in here. And you know what? Let's just pound on through to the next round. Hope you guys are enjoying Bullseye Trivia. It's exactly how I like to spend my Wednesday evenings. This is actually a lot of fun. A lot of fun putting together the questions as well. We are going to do this special thing where I warp everybody across to the new game. Our next one is Who's Hungry? Let's take everybody there. Bam. we're going to go. All right, folks, I hope you're ready. A little bit of a break there. Checked it in with the Arrows players. Middle of the pack so far. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon. Let's see if they can get right to the top. But if they do win, they don't get none of the prizes. Straight up, not a chance. Also, my family members and associated friends. You're not going to win anything either. Okay, let's get into this. This round is called Who's Hungry? Which American city is associated with the sandwich beef on weck? You heard it right. Buffalo, Chicago, Kansas City, or Washington, D.C.? Beef on weck. What city is associated with that sandwich? All right. I'm going to give you some information about weck for when the answer comes around. We got all our questions. Let's go to question 2. Schwartz's and Main Deli are renowned smoked meat establishments based in which city? Ottawa, New York City, Philadelphia, or Montreal? Where do you get your smoked meat? Ottawa, New York City, Philadelphia, or Montreal? Absolutely iconic, legendary restaurants for the old smoked meat. Couple of seconds. Bam, we got our answers in. Let's move to question 3. In the film Napoleon Dynamite, the title character keeps which food in his pocket? French fries, grapes, jelly beans, or tater tots? Napoleon Dynamite. What is he walking around all lanky like with in his pockets there? Great movie if you haven't seen it. Absolute classic. Good for the whole family. Question 4. Coney Island hosts an eating contest featuring which food each 4th of July? Chicken wings, hamburgers, hot dogs, or pork ribs? Coney Island, New York City. Joey Chestnut set the record. What were they eating down there to celebrate their independence? Question 5. A German type of baked bread product made from a dough twisted into a knot is called a what? Now, you're probably going to need to get the correct spelling on this one. A German type of baked bread product made from dough twisted into a knot is called a what? Bill says we need to get Schwartz's as official smoked meat sponsor at the Arrows. Yes, agreed. I'll make some calls. Let's make this happen. A few more people to add your answer. What is that German bread tied into a knot called? Not bread. Okay, waiting on one more answer. Gonna give you 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Boom! Right in time. Dave Thomas founded which fast food chain? Burger King, McDonald's, Sonic, or Wendy's? Dave Thomas founded which fast food chain? I'll give you the Aussie versions. Hungry Jack's, Macca's. Well, we don't have Sonic. Wendy. No, doesn't exist either. It's not going to help anyone. Elliot, stick to the script. We've got 24 answers in. I'm looking for 25. Bam, here we go. Question 7. Kansas City, Memphis, and St. Louis are styles of which food? Chicken wings, ribs, salmon, or shrimp? Prawns. Should be shrimp/prawns. Kansas City, Memphis, and St. Louis. Styles of which food? This Scott Lidbury's joined. Cheers, mate. Good to see the chat blown up. Nikki Punga says, dude, where's your accent from? We can't figure it out. Oh, that'll be question 15, Nikki. Just kidding. It's from Australia, but I've been here for 10 years, so it's all mangled. Let's go on to question 8. A city founded by and named in honor of Milton S. Hershey is in which U.S. state? North Dakota, Pennsylvania, Tennessee, or Virginia? A city founded by and named in honor of Milton S. Hershey is in which U.S. state? Question 9. What is the name of the founder of Smokes Poutinery who opened their first store on Adelaide Street in Toronto in 2008? Is it Brian Smoltz, Ryan Smolkin, Ryan Schultz, or Brian Smelnick? Who opened Smokes? Quite a character. Local lad too. Doesn't give much away. Brian Smoltz, Ryan Smolkin, Ryan Schultz, or Brian Smelnick? Moving on to question 10. In 1978, Jimmy Buffett released the single, What in Paradise? Jimmy Buffett, 1978. He released a song called What in Paradise? Little Jimmy trivia. Jimmy Buffett music often portrays island escapism lifestyle. And singing these songs, it's netted him about $560 million. So, big market for that. Question 11, coming up very soon. Few more answers. What's your answer, folks? We've got 4 people we're waiting on. There we go. On you guys. General Blank Chicken is a traditional American Chinese dish. Is it Lowe's, Lim's, So's, or Mac's? Low Lim So Mac. Traditional American Chinese dish. Very popular. Fast food courts around the world. We're going to move on to question 12. Which company produces the snack Doritos? Frito-Lay, General Mills, Keebler, or Nabisco? Who's pumping out the Doritos? You're going to kill yourself if you don't get this one right. That's, you've been staring at the back of Doritos for 25 odd years. You should know this one. Right on the tip of your tongue. Is it Frito-Lay, General Mills, Keebler, or Nabisco? Who's making Doritos? We're going to move on to question 13. Burger King serves which of these items on its menu? The Double Down, the Frosty, the Quarter Pounder, or the Whopper? So you walk into Burger King. Well, no, you've got to stand out the front now with your phone and your app and your pickup plan. Hazmat suit. And you're going to pick up one of these. Which one is it? Question 14. Baskin-Robbins promotes that it serves how many different flavors of ice cream? 22, 25, 28, or 31? I say Baskin-Robbins now. Back in the day, I would have said Baskin-Robbins, but 10 years in Canada changes your accent. There you go, Nikki. It's probably changing as we go. Real insight into Elle's diet here. Well, it's a pandemic. Question 15. Coming up. Judy Barrett wrote the children's book, Cloudy with a Chance of What? Judy Barrett wrote the children's book, Cloudy with a Chance of What? You're going to need to write this in, and the computer does all the checking. So I'll give you time. Make sure you spell it correctly. I will take no responsibility for the computer filter deciding if your answer is wrong. We've got all our answers in, folks. Let's move in and take a look at question 1. Running back over this round. Who's hungry? Super hungry now. Which American city associated with sandwich beef on weck? Weck is short for Kummelweck, a Kaiser-like roll with a pretzel salt and smattering of caraway seeds baked onto the top. Too much information, Elliot. Buffalo. That's the answer. Question 2. Schwartz's and Main Deli. Of course, they're located in Montreal. In the film Napoleon Dynamite, title character keeps his food in which pocket, in which his bully smacks his cargo pants and squishes them. Tater tots. Coney Island hosts an eating contest, which Joey Chestnut set a new world record by eating 74 hot dogs in 10 minutes in a sweltering 91-degree days on the 4th of July. Those guys are just... That's nuts. I wouldn't want to be sleeping next to him. Old Joey Chestnut that night. Question 5. A German type of break bed product made from... I don't even need to finish this if you did not write pretzel. You were wrong. Pretzel is the answer. Sourdough, something delicious. Something delicious. Oh, I wish I could give you points for that. But like I said, the robot's running everything. Question 6. Dave Thomas founded which fast food chain? Wendy's. November 1969, if I'm correct. Kansas City, Memphis, St. Louis are styles of what food? Of course, ribs. City founded by Milton Hershey. Which US state? That state is Pennsylvania. Question 9. The name of the founder of Smoke's Poutinery is Ryan Smolkin. In 1978, Jimmy Buffett released the single Gangsters in Paradise. Just kidding. Cheeseburger. What are the others? We got Shitty Day in Paradise. Oops. Wasted, Margarita, Lovers, Trouble, Kumquat, Dinner, Welcome, Another Day. Rugby in Paradise. It's just Lamport Stadium, right? Question 11. General Tso's chicken is a traditional American Chinese dish. Which company produces the snack Doritos? Frito-Lay. Should have learnt that while you're lying on the couch getting fat. Question 13. Burger King serves which of these items on the menu? The Whopper. Baskin-Robbins promotes... Carol Baskin-Robbins promotes... serves how many different flavors of ice cream? The old Reggie Miller, number 31. And Judy Barrett wrote the children's book Cloudy with a chance of... I can't wait to see the answers here. Meatballs or marshmallows? It was meatballs, but whoever answered marshmallows has seen the film. You would have seen some marshmallows in that, so you can be excused. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of Who's Hungry. Let's take a look at our round winners. Stuart Hardy, 15 out of 15. Aaron Summerhall tied 1,500 points, and Dak with 1,300. Everybody did reasonably well in that round. Congratulations. You probably know your score. We just went through them. Let's take a look at the overalls. Oh, Aaron Summerhall at the top with 4,600. Stuart Hardy, 4,200. And Katie Whips at 3,800. Close match indeed. Everybody's doing fairly well. Oh, it's a very close match there. It's anyone's game at this point. Carol Baskin-Robbins. All right. Let's move on to our next section, which is going to be Turn Up the Radio. Get everybody across. Turn up the radio. This is a music round, and this music round doesn't have any music in it. You won't be able to hear it. I didn't want to get kicked off YouTube, so be visual, maybe. Let's move in. I hope everybody's ready. Turn up radio. Question 1. Which female artist was honored with the Billboard magazine's Special Achievement Award for the Artist of the Decade for the 1990s? Was it Janet Jackson, Mariah Carey, Whitney Houston, or Celine Dion? That's a Special Achievement Award for the Artist of the Decade for the 1990s. Who was it? Who just nailed it in the 90s? Got a few people stumped. I can usually see the answers coming in, and all right, we're almost there. 5 more seconds. And moving on to question 2. Sir Elton John rewrote the lyrics to his song Candle in the Wind in 1997, paying tribute to Princess Diana of Wales. Who was the song originally about? Grace Kelly, Rita Hayworth, Lana Turner, Marilyn Monroe. It could be Lana Turner. Grace Kelly, Rita Hayworth, Lana Turner, Marilyn Monroe. Who did he write the original about? All right, moving on to question 3. Jagged Little What? It's a 1995 multi-platinum selling album by Canadian singer-songwriter Alanis Morissette. I'm going to need correct spelling. Let's get the name of this album. Jagged Little What? Don't forget, there's lots of rugby action on this weekend. TSN. We've got our Glendale match, which was in 2019. It's at 2 p.m. on Saturday, June 27th. Make sure you check that out. And then we got the Super Rugby on all weekend. So amazing. Rugby made it. First sport out there in front of thousands of people live. Let's move on. Question 4. The Rembrandts sang the theme song for which 90s TV sitcom? Cheers, Friends, Frasier, or Seinfeld? Scott Lidbury says it's like a citizenship test. We could only hope, mate. We could only hope. I assume you're alluding to the large amount of Canadian-based questions here. If you're a world citizen, you'd know the Alanis Morissette one anyway. All right, question 4. Rembrandts, what song did they sing? Oh, sorry. What? Sang a theme song for what show? As we head into question 5. Victoria Beckham, a.k.a. married soccer star David Beckham, in July 1999. Was it Baby Spice, Scary Spice, Posh Spice, or Ginger Spice? Which Spice Girl married Bex? What genre of music is this mix, says Bill? Free. No, it's funk. New funk. It's not great. But we're almost done. Which Spice Girl is it? Let's get those answers in before we move to question 6. Moving on, question 6. The members of which girl group include Tion, T-Boz... Gonna start that one again. The members of which girl group included Tion, T-Boz, Watkins, Lisa Left Eye Lopez, and Rodonza Chili Thomas. TLC, Spice Girls, Destiny's Child, or Pussycat Dolls? Once again, my apologies to anybody who has a name that I cannot pronounce very well. Got to pick your inflections when you come over here. T-Boz, T-Boz, who knows? TLC, Spice Girls, Destiny's Child, Pussycat Dolls. Question 7, coming up right now. The track Smooth, featuring Rob Thomas, was from the album Supernatural by who? Who did old Rob Thomas team up with for the song Smooth? give you a little bit of time here. There's a few different options here. Try your best. I'll give everyone a little bit extra time to put in the correct answer. Try and get the correct spelling. Stu Hardy says it's an absolute tune. Stu, I respectfully disagree. Rob Thomas, yes. Not the guy who founded Wendy's. Might be his brother. Jeez, good inheritance in that family if Uncle Dave started Wendy's and Uncle Rob started Matchbox 20. A few more answers required before we move on to question 8 in our Turn Up the Radio section of Bullseye Trivia. We got just a few more answers to go. I'm going to give you guys 5 more seconds. Everybody count in your head. Moving on to question 8. What debut single from Michael Jackson's 1991 album Dangerous was one of the best-selling singles of the 90s? Thriller, Black or White, Smooth Criminal, or Off the Wall? What debut single from the album Dangerous was one of the best-selling singles of the 90s? I did not put this in for Scott. I know you're a huge Michael Jackson fan. Who isn't? What was the single called? Rob Thomas had partnered up with Michael Jackson. Who knows where would he be musically now? Probably in a pandemic. The first 19 matchboxes were failures on Dave Thomas's dime. Like that from Dominic. All right, have we got our questions? We're going to move on to question 9. 5 seconds to go. Question 9. Which of the following boy bands recorded their debut album at Shaquille O'Neal's house? Was it 98 Degrees, New Kids on the Block, Take That, or NSYNC? And in fairness, you could put an asterisk between the N and the S on NSYNC. Just realizing that now. And you could also put a little degrees sign next to 98 degrees. Oh, the 90s. Who recorded their debut album at Shaq's house? Which one of these wonderful musical talents took it to the hoop in Shaq's house? 5 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Moving on to question 10. What is the name of the debut album of the pop band Hootie and the Blowfish? Fairweather Johnson, Blow to the Heart, Crooked Rear View, or Hootie and the Blowfish, making it a self-titled album, if you will. Hootie Hootie, Hootie and the Blowfish was the name of their debut album. Waiting on a couple more answers here. Looks like Hootie's got a few people stumped. I'd like to give a big shout out to Hemingway's and Pilot Coffee Roasters for sponsoring today's prizes. You get a $50 Hemingway's voucher for the winner and a $30 Pilot Coffee Roasters voucher for the runner-up. Let's move on. Question 11. Whitney Houston's mega hit, I Will Always Love You, was previously recorded and released by which country artist? Tonya Tucker, Loretta Lynn, Emmylou Harris, or Dolly Parton? Derek the Jet Brissett says, it appears I know nothing about music. That's all right, Derek. We've got another round after this one. A short round, photo finish. You can nail it. Good to see you there, mate. Whitney Houston's mega hit, I Will You know the one. I have the lung capacity. Might have the COVID. Tanya Tucker, Loretta Lynn, Emmy Lou Harris, and Dolly Parton. Who originally wrote the song? A couple more answers. Here we go. Moving into the next question. Question 12. Strike a pose and let your body move to the music. Are lyrics from which iconic song by Madonna? You're going to have to write in the name of the song. And I will give you a clue. There's one word. It's the only clue I'm giving away tonight. For Madonna, she's a total G. Strike a pose and let your body move to the music. Are lyrics from which iconic song by Madonna? Heard at every bachelorette party I've ever been near. Usually DJing, not just creeping around. Madonna, big hit. Waiting on those answers. Give you a little bit extra time because you've got to type it in. We've given a little bit of leeway based on spelling. So, give it your best shot. We're moving on to question 22. Question 22. That would be way too many. Question 13, everybody. The hit single, My Heart Will Go On, appears on the movie soundtrack Titanic, as well as which Celine Dion album? Falling Into You. These are Special Times, Let's Talk About Love, or The Color of My Love. My Heart Will Go On. Whew. That was on every radio station back in the day. Which song will you find on her album? Oh, the song's My Heart Will Go On. What is the name of the album? Celine Dion. Another citizenship test question. We're going to move on to question 14. What are the names of the brothers from the group Hanson? Justin, Lance, Joey, Isaac, Taylor, Zach, Nick, Kevin, Brian, or Jonathan, Joey, and Donnie? What are the name of those mop-head boys from Hanson? Where are they from? Ohio? Oklahoma? Maybe somebody knows. All right, let's move on to question 15. The final one for Turn Up the Radio. Which 90s rapper wished he was a little bit taller? Is it Too Short, Skee-Lo, Lil Wayne, or Eminem? Classic disco jam. Yes, he also did wish he was a baller. Who was it? Too Short, Skee-Lo, Lil Wayne, Eminem. Tough round for Gen Z, apparently. Just comes down to how much you listen to the radio. We've got all our answers in. We're going to call it a day on Turn Up the Radio and take a look at our answers. Which female artist won the Special Achievement Award for the Artist of the Decade in the 1990s? Let's say it all together. Mariah Carey, of course. Sir Elton John originally wrote Candle in the Wind about Marilyn Monroe. Turn this funk down a little bit. All right. Answer 3. Jagged Little what? Jagged Little Pill. Well done. Jagged Little Gilgronies. Classic answer. Love it. Question 4. The Rembrandts. We all know that one. Clap, 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 clap. Friends. Question 5. Victoria Beckham, also known as Posh Spice. Bam. Question 6. The members of the girl group were in TLC. You might remember them from their song they wrote about a man called Jason Waterfalls. Question 7. The track Smooth featuring Rob Thomas, possible relation to Dave Thomas of Wendy's, was by Santana. Aaron Summerholder. Is that Japanese writing? Matchbox 20. DJ Easy Rock. Shout out. Santana is the correct answer there. Debut single from Michael Jackson. Black or White. That was the big one off Dangerous. Had that on cassette. Number 9. Which of the following bands recorded at Shaq's house in sync? You wouldn't believe it. Backstreet Boys did as well. Shaq highly regrets not investing in two things. It was the bands that recorded his house and Starbucks. Question 10. What is the name of the debut album of pop band Hootie and the Blowfish? Cracked Rear View. Lead singer Darius Rucker. They sold $25 million. 25 million records, sorry. As Hootie and the Blowfish. His song Wagon Wheel, rather big hit, 250 million views on YouTube. Houston's mega hit I'll Always Love You was recorded previously by Dolly Parton. Strike a pose, let your body move to the music. Lyrics by Madonna in the song Vogue. My Heart Will Go On appears in the movie soundtrack Titanic, as well as which Celine Dion album? Tricky one. Let's talk about love. Question 14. Names of the Hanson brothers. Isaac, Taylor, and Zach. They've all got, like, kids now. I think they got in at the right time. Question 15. Which 90s rapper wished he was a little bit taller and wished he was a baller? Wish he had a cute girl, wished he could call her Skilo. Some would call him one-hit wonder, but if it's a one-hit wonder he is, then he did it right. So let's take a look at the round scores. Stu Hardy, you got 14 out of 15 right. James Craig came in with 13 out of 15, and George Gregan 13 out of 15, it looks like. Another tight round. Can only assume everybody's not cheating. That would not be the rugby way. If you are, bow out now. But big love to everybody who is playing away at home. And let's look at our overall winners at the moment. Aaron Summerhall with Stuart Hardy right on his tail. James Craig coming in third. Oh, it's going to be a race to finish. We got 5 more questions. If we get stuck in one of these positions, we will go the tiebreaker with those contestants. Looking good, but looking close. Let's move on to the final round. All right, this round is called Photo Finish. There's some photos attached to these questions, and if they may help, they may not. That's my style. I'm not sure if they're going to help at all. Let's get this round underway. We know it's a close one. All right. The Toronto Arrows, our mighty Toronto Arrows, played their first ever MLR home match at which Toronto location? York University, Allen A. Lamport Stadium, University of Toronto, or BMO Field? Toronto Arrows played their first ever MLR home match at which Toronto location? Final round, everybody. 4 questions left. Let's get those answers in. Had a wonderful time here this evening. We got all our answers in. Let's move on to question 2. In what year was the Rugby Football Union founded? Following a meeting of 25 clubs at the Pall Mall restaurant. How useful is that picture? Not useful at all, Elliot. That is the Pall Mall restaurant. I think it's called the White Star restaurant now. How about that? I've been learning so much here. I think I learned more than university. 1868, 1871, 1904, or 1881. In what year was the Rugby Football Union founded? I know all die-hard Arrows fans know this one. Looking for one more answer here before we move on. 5 seconds. There we go. Question 3. In 1912, which touring side achieved a grand slam of victories over all 5 major European teams? England, Ireland, Scotland, Wales and France. Was it Australia, South Africa, New Zealand or Zimbabwe? 1912. Which touring side conquered all? Derek's liking this category, which is good. Some late rugby questions coming in, just to shake the tree a little bit. We're looking for one more answer here before we go into question 4, the second last question of the round. 5 seconds. There we go. Moving on. Question 4. What is the name of this Roman Catholic cathedral built in France in the 12th century? I can hear the groans from here. Is it Aix, Aix, Age, and Albi? Guaranteed murdered all of those. Aya, E, RJ, Albi. What is the name of this Roman Catholic cathedral built in France in the 12th century? Took them a long time to build it. Worth a stab, this one. Aches and pains. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. Moving on to our final question. You made it. Let's see. The Jackals were recently announced as the 13th team to join the 2021 MLR competition. What city are they from? Dallas, San Antonio, Fort Worth, or El Paso? Where are the Jackals from? Cool logo. We're looking for just a couple more answers here. And we will go into... No, I don't mean the Guild Jackals. We will go into the answers. There we go. There's our final answer. Well done, everybody. We're locked and loaded. Let's take a look at the answers. Toronto Arrows played their first ever match at York University. In what year the Rugby Football Union was founded? It was 1871. In 1912, which touring side achieved the Grand Slam? The South African team. Came over and crushed everybody. What is the name of this Roman Catholic cathedral? Age? RJ? Udgay? It's that one. C. And the Jackals are from Dallas. So let's take a look at our round scores. Aaron Summerall got 5 out of 5. Charlie Morris got 5 out of 5 as well. Hi, Charlie. How you doing? Glad to see you. Great round. Paul McCool, you've come in with 400 points. Ladies and gentlemen, let's find out who's won this big match. First episode of Bullseye Trivia. Aaron Summerhall is our winner with 62 out of 70 questions added correctly. Stu Hardy, well done, with 60 out of 70. And James Craig coming in third. Congratulations to Aaron. You've walked away with the $50 Hemingway's gift voucher, an Arrows limited edition t-shirt, Toronto Arrows replica ball, and a Dan Moore signed calendar. Stu, you get all that, but you get a $30 gift voucher from our friends at Pilot Coffee Roasters. And James, congrats. You are going to walk away with the t-shirt, the ball, and the calendar signed by Dan Moore. So I would like to say congratulations and thank you to everybody for playing. It's been a wonderful experience. And let's just check in with the boys and see how they went. Hey, boys, how'd you go?
Not too good.
Not too good.
Eat the whole way.
Was there a chance of taking over Aaron there by anywhere along the way, or not even close?
No, definitely not.
All right. Well, look, I want to thank you guys for joining along. We'd love to get you guys on the camera so everyone can see us, say hi, wish you the best in the chat. We might have a tie for third and fourth. We're going to look into that. Look at this. It's all happening. Yes, Gregory, I see that. We'll take along. Want to say thanks very much, players. Can I get a quick message for the fans from Jamie, Leo, and Taser?
Appreciate you guys for tuning into the trivia, and hopefully we'll be back on the field soon, and you guys can come out and watch and support. Cheers.
Can't wait to see it, boys. Good on you, boys. Take care of each other, and good work with the haircuts. You all look pretty reasonable here, so I've got some extra hats if you need them. All the best, guys. You take care. All right, so we are looking at the overall winning players, and we had a tie. Yes, correct. James and Paul, a tie for third place. So that was amazing. I hope we're still in it. You know what? I'm going to do something, because we're running a little bit over. I'm going to send you guys both the third prize. Okay, so guys, all you need to do is do me a huge favor, and if you were first, second, third, and fourth, I would like you to send us an email to fans@torontoarrows.com and let us know what prize you've won. We've got all the information here, but we'll use it to verify. I would like to say thank you very much from the Toronto Arrows family and everybody who's supported this. We really appreciate it. Thank you for Brock for helping out. Thank you to Daisy. Thanks to Bill. Thanks to Mark. Thanks to the whole Arrows crew. Thanks to the players. And congratulations, Aaron, Stuart, James, and Paul. You guys did fantastically. So make sure you send us an email across right here on the bottom of the screen. I'll leave it up for a little bit. But thank you for joining us for Bullseye Trivia. Let us know what you thought. If you liked it, then we will give it a shot again. But enjoy your Wednesday, and everybody take care of yourselves. Looks like we might be out of this situation where we're all stuck at home all the time pretty soon. So stay well, stay safe, and thank you very, very much for joining. See you guys later.